What's up, guys? It's Jesse here, obviously, but talk about carps today. Carp fishing, carp fly fishing. We're gonna tie a carp fly. This carp fly is generic worm fly. Super easy, super. In Australia is definitely not popular. It's I love it. I love to fly fish them. It's really hard to find a fish that will fight as long and as hard freshwater wise in Australia than a carp. I don't get that much excitement out of a fish for such a long time other than a carp. They just have fight. But anyways, just basically kind of match the color of a thread, and we're just gonna basically just thread it on, and yeah, that is basically a squirmy worm. There's many ways to do it. Yeah, so if you guys are wondering about carp fishing with a fly rod, obviously I know it is more popular elsewhere, but here definitely a carp are definitely looked frowned upon to even catch. But it's a fish, and they don't taste the greatest. But yeah, no, they're definitely worth the fish. You know, they definitely put on a really good fight. My favorite thing to do is sight cast. I generically just sight cast a carp. That's pretty much all I do. Once in a while, if I know there's like a school of carp in one little spot, I will every so often cast it out and let it sink and just let it sit there or let it drift, and then you kind of watch your line to see if you get a strike or not. But most of the time I sight cast. It's so much funner, and in the rivers where I live, they're just everywhere, and so I use a 4-weight. If you guys are wondering about fly rods or fly lines, so I use a 4-weight. A lot of people do not use a 4-weight. So Echo makes great 4-weight rods. Sage makes also great 4-weight reels. I don't own any other Sage reels, but the 4-weight super compact. It's an all-around great reel. Even so, when I was in Canada and BC, I would fly fish cutthroat with this. This actually, I got this set up from Canada. I brought it over here. I was fly fishing for carp with 7/8 weights, but I decided to go down just because I wanted more of a fight, and the 4-weight basically is my absolute favorite to fly fish with carp. So in my carp box, this is my generic carp box, trope box. You can use it for all different stuff, whatever box. My go-tos: frog lure, popper. You cannot go without woolly buggers. Woolly buggers are the absolute must for even yellow bellies, because you'll still slam yellow bellies using these on the 4-weight. I've actually caught Murray cod, just baby size Murray cod, all different types. So you got the orange, I got the black and orange. It's just all different types, all different sizes too. Because you'll get, when I go out for carp, I'll cast the smaller ones, but I definitely hunt down those bigger carps, because like where I go, there's meter plus carp there, but you will come across them every so often. But definitely ginormous carp just everywhere. They just linger, and they fight, and they just peel you out. And then that current, you get them in that current. What else I use? I use some bugs. I've used bugs. Use beetles. Just wet flies generically. I've used some eggs. I've tried some eggs before, like trout or salmon eggs. They work sometimes. I'll actually nymph once in a while, so you'll get obviously the the nymph floater. Nymphing's actually, it can work pretty well. So, and it's fun, it's different, you know, because what I'll do is when I go out, I'll bring my 10 weight and then I'll bring my 4 weight, so then I have options of kind of what I want to do. And but anyways, carp fishing on the fly rod, highly recommend it. It's fucking phenomenal, but it's also great because it's where carp's not native, you can fly fish a carp and you can take them out of the ecosystem where they're not supposed to be, and you fish for them, take them out of the ecosystem. So you're having fun, but you're also cleaning out the waters where they're not native. And where they're native, then obviously different mentality, different rules apply. So it's just one of those things you just kind of want to think about, you know, because in the UK, it's a different game, you know. I went over to the UK with Buddy. I was fly fishing from pike over there. Didn't get anything, but it was more urban fly fishing I was doing. Didn't do any carp fishing, but my buddy in his carp gear, man, I'd never seen people being so dedicated to carp. Different story over there. In Canada, carp, different story. You know, it's depends on where you go in the world, is where you, you know, how you fish, how you go about it, and such like that. But anyways, this right here looks ugly as, but this will catch you a carp. Depends on what mood they're in, you know, obviously. But right here, highly recommend it. Right on, guys. Well, that was the most simplest fly to make for carp. Probably one of the most simplest flies to make in general. And they catch all different types of stuff. And you can also tie them differently. You can even hook them through the rubber, so then it's like through it, and then you can leave a tail at the end. And there's all different types, but I wasn't gonna, this not a how to tie a carp with flies. It's just to talk some shit. So